Stop learning to code the wrong way. Now, let's illustrate this interesting topic, how to learn to code in 2025. If you are learning to code in 2025 and you feel stuck, you feel behind, and you feel the noise, there's a lot of chaos in the industry right now, it's probably not your fault. You may be drowning in tutorial hell and you feel as if you have a problem. You don't have a learning problem. The problem is probably not coming from you, because right now there's a lot of happening. New tools come out twice every week, new frameworks almost twice every week. Today, AI frameworks are here, and by the time, take for instance, you are learning HTML as of today, and by the time you finish HTML, you are moving to CSS. You're already seeing Twitter trend of somebody telling you how they are using AI to build an entire website. Even people, platform, advertising that AI can actually build a whole website without having coding knowledge at all. And you hear of AI agents writing code from scratch. You feel so demoralized to continue the process. And to further escalate that, while you are still trying to move from CSS, struggling with JavaScript, then people are talking about large language model. Some are talking about AI agents. People are already talking about using Adalo, using tools such as Bubble, Cloud, and so many of them to write code. And you ask yourself, where do you want to start from? And what do you learn at this point? Because you become so confused. That is why we are doing this video to guide beginners and even those who have, started the journey to understand how they can navigate the journey. Because, hey, 3 years ago, I was in the same path, moving from one tutorial to the next. New frameworks begin to drop every now and then, and confusion. What do I learn? So what exactly is the problem? You don't actually need another resources. You actually need a clear path. You need to first define a clear path. For instance, if you need websites or web application, you have to start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you need to dive into the world of scripting, automation, machine learning, and the rest of them, then you need to learn Python and its frameworks such as Django and Flask. If you really need to dive into the world of game development, then you need to learn C++, C#, as well as Java. So right now, the problem is that most beginners, of course, most of us, we are there, is they pick a language before knowing their destination, before knowing what they want to do with that language. It's like you booking a flight or taking a flight before you know the destination of the flight. That would be a very obvious mistake, because you need to define a clear path before you book a flight. So how do you overcome this problem? Step 1, pick a way. 2, pick a path, like I've talked about earlier. The third step, build something immediately with what you have learned. And you are going to be 10 times ahead of somebody who keep learning, jumping from one tutorial to the other endlessly without having to build something with what they have learned. And again, you don't have to dive into C# because you saw somebody else on Twitter saying that C# is so beautiful, it's so nice. You don't have to learn Java because you saw somebody talking about it. If you learn Java because it's part of the path you have defined. If you are learning Python, you should have an idea of going into scripting, AI automation. Of course, you can build website with Python, talking about Django, framework, or Flask, but you have to define a path. And yes, of course, AI can help you. It's like a moving vehicle that already have a predetermined path. It's better that way rather than jumping from one language to the other. And every path you define, of course, AI can actually make you get there faster, but you need a predefined path. Yes, you need consistency and sustainability. Come to think of it, learning to code is a craft, and the more sustainable you become in this craft, the more sustainable your habits are, the longer you're going to stay in the game. And forgiving yourself when you are stuck or when you're unable to carry out a task is something that you have to develop over time, because come to think of it, the truth is that everyone gets stuck at one point or the other. Clearing your brain, thinking the problem through, or even stepping out to work out, thinking the problem through really helps. Come to think of it, even the seniors, they also get stuck. And when you get stuck, you don't have to hit your head on the wall. Here are 4 things I wish someone had told me immediately before I got started. 1, you don't need to know everything. You actually need to know enough to build something. The second one is you don't need 10 skills, 10 language at the same time. You actually need to learn one first, learn the required framework, build something with that before moving to another. And again, you don't need to learn Python, C, C++, Java, Go, React Native all at the same time. You actually learn and build with what you have learned. The third one is that stop waiting till you feel ready before building. At the point, I just wanted to be so good in the language, to know every syntax. Is it possible actually? I feel it's not. The truth is that once you have acquired the basic and the required knowledge, then you need to move quickly to start building something with the skill you have, because the truth is that learning never ends. And just build something, push it, then you polish it gradually as you go. And fourthly, nobody ever told us that there's an imposter syndrome. That little voice in your head that keeps telling you, oh, you are not good enough. Can you actually do this? Somebody is better. Can you work with this? Can you build enterprise-based application? Can you actually go with this? There's a little voice. You have to recognize that. And again, you have to have a way to, overshadow that voice in your head, because it's always there. You need to ship as fast as possible, right? Because at the end of the day, if you are learning a concept or a language framework, nobody is going to evaluate you by how much of that syntax you know, especially today, because they are going to evaluate you based on the project you have built with the skill, with that language that you have learned. That's what matters at the end of the day. So learn, but move up, ship as fast as possible, build concept. And again, let me finally talk about this. AI can actually help you, right? So learn to use AI, prompt rightly, then debug your code and build smoothly. AI can actually do a lot these days. And another thing is that learn to ask those stupid questions, those questions that feel they are so minute, because that is how you learn along with AI, because AI is not going to take the wheel. You are the driver. AI is a tool in your toolbox. You use it and you actually make your code better. So let me know in the comment section the path you are actually on this journey. Are you a front-end, back-end? Are you a mobile app developer? Are you a game developer? Or you are a web developer? Let me know in the comment. I hope this video has given you value. Please like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you right in the next video.